Hello everyone who's a little bit concerned that the missiles are apparently glitching down past the gantries. I'm BorderWise and welcome back to the From the Depths AlphaTest. It's the Breadboard UI and the missile Breadboard, well, in progress in AlphaTest update thing. So I'm going to be reading off the From the Depths news, from the From the Depths official Discord server. I do not know why these things are malfunctioning. They shouldn't be. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, yo, says Sean. Breadboard UI plus missile Breadboard is now in the AlphaTest branch. Be fair to say thank you to Cornholio for identifying a lot of stuff with his bread thing mod. Once he has fixed it up, it still has a few unique things like breadcrumbs that I won't be adding. Also thank you to Somebody Desu, Deco Enthusiast, Frostbite, and The Boat for valuable feedback and testing. Time to unleash it into the wild and see what comes up. Use From the Depths AlphaTest, please. That is the channel in the official From the Depths Discord. I'll also say the UI is different, let your fingers adjust. Designed by true bakers. I probably missed a thing or two in this list, but enjoy. Okay, first thing I need to do is, I highly suspect that this bugged out, because it's not supposed to do that. It really isn't. So let's try that again. We need hapless marauders to shoot at. There we frickin' go. And now we're getting hit by our own missiles. Well, that's fine and dandy and okay. Okay, so Breadboard. So just to, before I read over all the patch notes, there's the two things here. Firstly, we have a missile Breadboard controller, but before that, we need to talk about... I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to do this. New UI for the Breadboard, which hopefully should make baking a little bit more accessible and easier. In particular, there's keyboard shortcuts. You can now... I think you can... Yeah, you can just do... It's written here, so you can go Control-C, Control-V, and stuff like that. So let's go... Let's try that. So here, say, I want to make this main and control... Nope. There we go. You can just Control-V, Control-C, Control-V for the bread. Excellent. That's all I really want out of Breadboard, to be perfectly honest with you. Okay then, so that's the standard Breadboard, but then you have Missile Breadboard, which is over here, specifically for putting bread into missiles. What I've done here is just kind of a very simple, basic thing. It's nothing extraordinary. It just means that the missile, it only goes, like, full tilt. Like, it only has full thrust when pointing at the target, which is kind of useful, I guess, and, like, I don't know how useful it actually is. This is, like, this was half an hour of mucking about with the Breadboard, and I am not a genuine baker. I am an imitation baker. I make plasticine bread. So, yeah, the Breadboard receiver is over here, and, by the way, no spare internal volume. This is not a guidance component, it just changes the behavior of your missile. It doesn't really guide it, so to speak. Because apparently devs don't want to repeat the mistake they made with Lua. Like, apparently, Sean, and I'm not sure if it's just him, but it's like the other devs have wanted to get rid of Lua. Like, where is Lua? It's... Where is it? I don't even remember where it is. It's, here. They've wanted to get rid of this, nasty little coding box for the longest time. Let me out. You can tell because the UI is old. They haven't updated it in, like, a long time. I don't think they ever will. But the Breadboard missiles is just to make missiles, I guess, a little bit extra bit of customizability and functionality. Let me actually show you how this damn thing works. It's quite fun. I'm not even sure if it's going to work against a Duster. Let's see what happens. These radar-guided missiles actually cannot lock onto the Duster because its radar signature is too small. Brilliant. I love it. Alright, we're gonna... Nope, they can. Okay, so you see here, they overshoot, and then they come straight back around. Which means that they are really damn maneuverable. And they basically can double back on a target. Are they gonna hit it in the ass? Yes, they are. Hooray! Let's spawn in more Dusters because that's funny. Just a bunch more dusters like so. Ta-da! And now, I am going to read out... Oh, gods, it's done it again. I don't know why it does this. I do not know why it does this. Sometimes it does this, sometimes it doesn't. Anyway, let's read out the actual changes. For Breadboard, there are a number of changes. Various scaling and UX tweaks to work with accessibility UI options and keep your stuff legible while zoomed in and out. Many new keyboard shortcuts. There's a big button at the top that'll list them all. You can also sticky help labels to the canvas using a toggle on the bottom right editor panel. New components for vectors and friendly info. Command-based undo-redo system that handles component creation and deletion and movement. Control-Z and Control-Y. Hell yeah. Checkboard-based undo-redo system for more drastic changes. You'll see this at the top. Multi-selection of components. Keyboard shortcuts again in the help. These missiles are not doing very well. I think they're not supposed to shoot at dusters. Or are they? Do we still have a bunch of missiles stuck? Yep, that is very, very stuck. Oh dear. Oh, hooray! One duster got dusted. Prepare to be deaded. I've successfully made the worst anti-air missiles. Using Breadboard. And you can too. Alright, so what else? Multi-selection of components, keyboard shortcuts again in the help, dragging of components around, right-click, hold and move it around. You can color components and links. Inputs and outputs have their own component sections. You can copy and paste components or groups of components. There's an anchor component you can use to set up navigation around large breadboards. Use the drop down at bottom right or use tab to tab through them. Various other little bug fixes that are utter pain to fix but you don't care about. Oh, I mean, I would care, like, okay, but we simply must jump in here. Alright, so... Yep, nope, I don't understand what is happening. There we go. So, what were we talking about? So, reset view, all that kind of stuff. What was that one thing? The anchor component. Where is it? Where is it? Anchor, anchor, anchor. There's lots of stuff in here. This is, at the very least, like, much better organized than it was before. Alright, so I'm just going to take their word for it, because, like I said, I am not a champion baker. I know not what I do. Let's, shoot at a Paraiba and see what happens. Please don't... Why do you do this? These things are meant to be dropped as bombs, which means they're supposed to be, like, dropped up. But they don't. Well then. This is my own fault, probably. So this is what happens when you don't bake your missile bread enough. Okay, moving right along. Known issues need to change the default size of the component, of the comment component, pending request, name filter for friendly components. For the love of God, guys, this is not difficult. You can... How have I done this? How have I done this? I'm not selling this update really well, I do have to say. Because my missiles are just glitching, like, downwards through themselves. Oh, dear. Oh well, let's go over here and see if any of our missiles actually make it to the bride. But there's one! Hooray! Alright, missile breadboard. Okay, pending request is name filter for friendly components. Missile BB creates a copy of a breadboard that is applied to each launched missile. Put a breadboard receiver on a missile and point it at a controller. Missile breadboard controller can be placed anywhere. You can name these for easy identification. Missile breadboard contains many components that contain info purely about the missile. It will not have access to GBG. I do not remember what that stands for. Added missiles BBs into AI breadboard tab. And missile changes. This is interesting. There's a configurable cone slider for IR and radar seekers. Added ejection speed and ejection spread sliders to cluster controllers. Dropping by distance doesn't seem to work right with Breadboard yet. I'm investigating why. Dropping by time does work. You can set missile thrust to 0 with Breadboard. I have in fact done that. Having 0 thrust will no longer consume fuel. Wow, it used to? Weird. Change how Garden works by removing a method that removes roll from how the missile moves. Remove the single pixel IR blind spot. You can't paste laser designator heads into the middle of missiles. Ah, I didn't know you could do that. Alright, let's go show off this right here. So I'm going to remove this, actually. I'm going to just replace that with a fuel tank. Can you please, for the love of everything, just launch? Can you please launch? Can you please? Please launch. Please launch. Like, I beg you. But anyway, so you see here the active radar seeker, you can set the detection cone to whatever you want. Presumably if you want your missiles to target something specific. Okay. What is happening? What is happening? I swear this is the camera curse, by the way. This was working off screen. Hello? Oh, that's why. Go away. Go away. Breadboard. Alright. Let's keep reading about missiles. Known issues need to clarify that all coordinates are given in local coordinates, where the origin moves around, for both data inputs and missile command outputs. Pending request full vector input to set target. Other known stuff, a lot of missiles with GBS lags a bit. Gee, I wonder why. Okay, maybe I'm just out of loop. I do not know what GBS stands for. And AI changes, added a collapsible view of AIs into the C menu. It's ordered by ID, no, that won't change. So, that's an awesome thing. You can do this. And there's a little delay, and you can show all the other IDs, which means if you have something with like a zillion AIs, you can just collapse that menu, and that's really, really handy. It'll just make the C menu way less cluttered. So that's basically it. So apparently my bread is super bad. It's just really bad. It's just no one, like, these missiles do not work with my bread. So we're just gonna, I don't know, let's, consolation prize for my terrible bread skills. Let's just launch some regular old missiles at Marauders and enjoy it. So, what does this mean? Well, missiles are more customizable now. And I'm looking forward to see what people actually manage to do with Missile Breadboard, because at the moment, I can't really think of anything. I genuinely cannot. Maybe you can, I don't know. I don't know. People are going to be doing wizardry and stuff with them, so like it'll be interesting to see what they do. For now, this is an alpha test, and for the people who don't know how to get an alpha test, it's in the beta section. So go to From the Depths, in your Steam library, go to Properties, go to Betas, and you'll find alpha test. And then you can play with the Missile Breadboard and all be good. There's always one person who asks that, like every single time. And for that person, you're welcome. Have a good one. And you also have a good one. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Support me on Patreon and YouTube membership if you like. It really helps, and there's fun perks in it for you. Like a Patreon Discord, like me looking at your craft, giving feedback on them, and me building stuff for you, or drawing stuff for you, and like monthly community events and stuff like that. So yeah, that's a thing. Also check out my other channels and my Twitch. It's a good time, but I'm not tired. I'll try not to be tired. I'll try not to be too tired. I'll try not to be a bicycle. Love to see you there. Okay, take care everyone. Happy missile breadboarding, and I'll see you next time in From the Depths. Farewell.